Hello and welcome to Ask MandRproductions episode 96. I almost said 100 because all your comments were about episode 100, but we got a bunch of questions today to cover. I have a few things I want to talk about. First, we hit over 2,000 likes on last week's video, which I kind of didn't expect. I set the bar pretty high, and I was like, all right, 2,000 likes. And then it got 2,000 likes, and I was like, oh no. Now I have to do No Shave November. So I will be giving it my best come November to do No Shave November, although I will say I'm probably going to shave by Thanksgiving because I am not doing Thanksgiving dinner with a full whatever happened. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So you'll at least get like 3.5 weeks of No Shave November. So I'm going to give it my best, but that'll be happening, and I'm not going to feel good about it, but you've done it. You hit the goal that I set, so I'm going to hold my word as best I can. So our first question comes from Michael. He says, out of all the other YouTubers, are there any you would love to meet or collab with in a future video? Now, if you guys didn't see Mr. Beast's tweet the other day, he tweeted out that he's doing the biggest YouTuber collaboration in history. I tweeted back to put my hat in the ring, so maybe I'll get selected as one of the people in that whatever giant collaboration. So that would be the one, I guess, for now. I don't know. There's people that I would like to collaborate in the Lego space, though. Evans Reviews and More says, so your 100 episode, you should do a Just Too Good face reveal. I can't do that. I'm not in a... Why do people want this? Why is this a thing? Like, why do people assume I'm going to just out my friend's face? I really don't get this, but it got 124 likes, so I put it in here. But I part of me thinks y'all are just memeing, and you know it's not a serious question or idea. But I'm sure there's like 12% of people, 12% of people that think it's like a legit thing. That hey, Ryan will do it. He's crazy enough. No, I'm not an idiot. Like, it's not gonna happen. Iceman F14 says, so what do you think about skydiving? Never. I will never skydive. It will never happen. Dude, the first time I went on a cruise ship, I thought it was going to be like the Titanic. Like, I did not think that was going to end well. Obviously, that's stupid. Every cruise ship, that goes out doesn't sink like the Titanic. But I had seen the Titanic relatively close to when I went on that first cruise that I had gone on like 10 years ago, and I was scared to death. Like, I was like trembling as I stepped foot onto that boat. I thought I was gonna die. Same as the first time I went on a flight. Like, I've been on plenty of flights now, plenty of cruises, and nothing bad has happened. But skydiving, why would I jump out of an airplane? No, not gonna happen. If you want to skydive, go for it, man, but not my thing. Darren says, do you think they will ever get rid of stickers? Not a chance. Stickers are way too cheap, or at least I assume they're way too cheap in comparison to printing for them to want to do prints over stickers. If printing was a more viable option than doing stickers, then yeah, they would have already gotten rid of stickers. But stickers are here to stay. Stickers have been part of Lego sets for decades and decades and decades. They're not going anywhere. Like, don't fool yourself. Don't give yourself false hope. There's not a chance that there will be no stickers in the next 5, 10, 20 years. Stickers are here to stay. They have been here to stay. I'm sure they have no thoughts of getting rid of them. BMD says, why softball and not baseball? That's just because that's what I'm playing. I don't think I'm even that great at baseball. It's hard to hit a ball that's coming in at 70, 80, I guess at professional levels, 90 something miles an hour. Like, that's not fun to me. So, yeah, my uncle plays on the softball team, and he invited me like over a year ago, and I said yes, so now I play adult softball, and it's fun. Aaron says, hey, Ryan, I'm redesigning my bedroom and want to find a place to store my Lego boxes. I don't want to fold them up, though. What do I do? So the fact of the matter is your Lego boxes are going to take up an amount of space. Like, you can measure that amount of space. You can put boxes inside of boxes. That's the best way to reduce that amount of space. But at some point, that amount of space will surpass what the amount of space you want to designate to store those boxes will allow. Like, my upper closet is full of boxes. It has reached the point where I cannot put any more boxes in there unless I fold them up. Whether I want to or not is irrelevant. If I want to keep the boxes, I would have to fold them up to put them there and, fold others to reduce the amount of space they're taking up. You have to figure out for you what that amount of space is, because to me it sounds like you want to find a way to store boxes that doesn't include you folding them up within this finite amount of space you have, but it's literally physically impossible. So you need to figure out what you can physically store for yourself. You can either keep them all and fold some up. You just cut the tape and then fold them, and then you can retape them whenever you want them. I mean, to be honest, I should have been throwing my boxes out this whole time. It's too late for me. It really is. I have too many. I'm too sentimentally and emotionally attached to these pieces of cardboard that I really don't need, but yeah, like, I don't have a real advice for you other than put boxes in boxes and store them, because you really can't do anything other than that. Like, what can you do? That's it. You could store your boxes like boxes, or you can do what you don't want to do and fold them up if you run out of space. That's your options. Like, I don't see another out for that. Or you can burn them in the backyard, have a nice fire. It's up to you. I would suggest that. Keep the cool boxes, keep the ones that are big sets, nice sets, but get rid of some of the smaller ones and some of the ones that you just don't care enough about, because it just, eventually you end up like me, where you become too attached to them and you won't get rid of them, even though you know you should, because it's taking up too much space, but you can't. Thronbrook says, answer 100 questions or 1 hour of questions. So this is in reference to me asking what I should do for episode 100. It definitely won't be 1 hour. Editing a 1 hour video is not a good idea. It's going to take hours, and it's also not going to do well as like a video. No one wants to watch an hour video. At least I hope you wouldn't. Maybe it'd be cool if you would. I should be flattered if you would want to watch an hour of me, but I don't think you should watch an hour of me a day. I don't think that's worth it. However, I might do 100 questions. 100 questions for episode 100 might be something fun along with other stuff, but 100 questions. Amy has 2 questions. Says, will you buy the Junket and Roadhog set? No. Or Junkrat, sorry. No, I won't be buying that set. I had the chance at Walmart a few weeks ago. Could have got it early, passed on it, so probably not going to be buying it later on, unless I find it, I don't know, it'll probably be $21 on clearance, and I'll buy it, because that's what I always do. And when are you going to Star Wars Land? So I assume you mean Galaxy's Edge. I plan to do that in November or December, when the temperatures are under 80 degrees for the high for the day, because I am tired of the heat here in Florida. I need a nice cool fall day to get me to go. Otherwise, I'm not going. I don't want to go stand out in the sun all day. Or I do want to stand out in the sun all day. I just don't want it to be 100 degrees outside, so there's a difference. Neil says, what position do you play in softball? I play left center field. We play 4 outfielders in our league, so I play left center, and then my uncle plays right center, and then we have girls on like the lines, and so that's our outfield, and then the infield's like normal infield essentially, except the pitcher has a net in front of him, so kind of an interesting setup. Something Sketchy says, will episode 100 be your last? I can't say it hasn't crossed my mind as like a fun... is it funny? I don't know. As like a thing, I'd be like, and that is it. The end of Ask Gonna Run. You'd be like, that's it. 100 episodes, the end of it. I'm just like, I'm done. This is it. But no, episode 100 will not be the last. I have no real plan of actually making it the last. That being said, yesterday I might have made my last M&R memes for a while. I was making it, and I wasn't having fun making it. So I was like, this is the last one. And I was just like, I don't want to make these right now. And so I've made M&R memes for probably like 6 months, maybe. I don't know, rough number. And today I was just like, I don't really want to make these anymore right now. So I was just like, that's it. I'm going to take a break from that, and I'm going to do something else on Mondays. So I'm thinking of doing monthly Mondays, which would be like monthly series that occur on Monday. I don't know. I need to rethink my whole thing again, write it on paper, get my thoughts on paper, because everything's a jumbled mess in my mind. But M&R memes as of now is gone, at least as a weekly thing. Maybe I'll do it monthly. That is possible. Obviously, it won't be staying up to date with all the current trends and everything, but it would be a little bit easier for me personally, like just my mental health with that. Like, I just don't want to do memes weekly at all anymore, so can't do it. The 501st Clone Trooper says, did you ever trade your Lego figs or sets as a kid? So I did. I traded a lot with my cousin and my brother, really. And, you know, one of the funny stories is, you know, we'd be over at my grandma's house, and we'd be out in the garage, and we'd have our base plates out. Man, great memories. And my cousin had this friend in his school, my cousin Josh. He's, 4 years behind me in school, 3 years behind me in school. So he would have been, you know, I'd be in like 5th grade, right? And he's in 2nd grade. So he's got this friend that had like just sets from like 2002, 2003. One of the Bounty Hunter Pursuit figures. I think I got one of the blue Super Battle Droids from him. My cousin's friend would trade with him, and my cousin would in turn trade with me, and that's how I would get some rare figures, or at least rare back in like 2005, I guess. It's still kind of rare by today's standards, right? But at the time, like rare, cool figures to me that I didn't have access to because I didn't have eBay at the time yet, because I was still like I was in that in-between state. And I was able to get some stuff like that, and that was fun. Like that's the main person I would ever trade with. I've done a few trades with people on YouTube in recent years, but I don't usually trade with people. It's just not worth my time, and I basically have everything I could ever want at this point, which is pretty insane to me. Like I understand the concept of trading. It's fun. It's a novel idea. I want to do something with trading. I don't want to say exactly what, but something that has trading in it for a video. So you'll see that hopefully within the next year. So that's something that I can't really do until I'm at an event. But I have ideas with trading, and trading Lego stuff is fun. I used to do it, just haven't done it in a long time, but because I really don't need to. Patriot11H_ says, what are the dimensions of your ladder shelves? Sincerely, a desperate collector. Well, let's get out the tape measure and we'll go measure them up. Alright, so I've gone out and gotten a tape measure, and this one should do the job here. We're going to be looking at about 6'3", 75 inches from bottom to top. As far as the width of the actual shelf that you can actually put things on, looking at just shy of 32 inches, so like 31.5 inches of actual shelf space here, and probably, I don't know, about 35 inches wide in and of itself. As far as like top shelf, obviously these get smaller as you get to the top here. You get about 6 inches on the top, and down on the bottom you're looking at about 13 inches of depth on the shelf space. Now what I will say is I don't know why you want the exact dimensions of my ladder shelves, but if it works for your space, then it works for your space, and that's great. If you're not looking for the exact dimensions of my shelves, find shelves that work for the space you have. Obviously these seem to work perfectly with this wall, right? You have the two, and then you have the one over here that just kind of fits in perfectly. But if that works for your space, it works for your space. If it doesn't, find shelves that work for your space. But those are the dimensions of my ladder shelves because you asked, and now I have delivered. Penplay says, do you have a method of which you cycle which sets you have on display? Not at all. The only sets that I care about having on display are my UCS ones, and even those sometimes just get dismantled, like the UCS shuttle, and thrown in a box for the time being. I just put the ones that I like out, and that's really it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no, hey, it's spring, let's bring out the spring assortment. Nah. I just have boxes out in the garage with some sets that won't be going on shelves until I like move out and have more shelves, because I have no more shelf space right now. Anything that's new that I get, I try to put on the shelves or out in the garage or like wherever I can fit it, really. It's if it fits, it goes on the shelf. If it doesn't, I figure it out. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason. I used to, you know, back 2006, 7, 8, 9, what I wanted to do was like have, in my room, I would like set up these things, and it'd be like, this shelf is for this year of sets. And in my perfect world of displaying my Lego sets, I would have glass case, I would have a room. This is my room, my Lego display room. And there's just glass, and preferably I would also film videos in there because it'd be a dope background. But like glass display cases all the way around, right? And each display case, well, I guess it wouldn't really work, especially for the early years because there's less sets. But for the most part, it would be 1 year of sets, or maybe like multiple years of sets. But it would be in order of sets by year. That would be the way I would display stuff if I could. Or by faction, like all the clone stuff over here, all the First Order stuff over here, all the random crappy Yoda Chronicle stuff in the trash bin over there. So stuff like that would be the way I would like to display my stuff, but you know. Thomas says, do you sort your bricks before building? Not at all. I only build Lego sets out of the bags that Lego provides, numbered bags, unless it's a used set that I buy, and sometimes I will sort the bricks by color just to make it a little bit easier for myself. I did actually sort all the 10030 UCS Star Destroyer pieces before building it, which actually helped me build it, you know, so there are times when I will sort bricks, but for the most part, 99% of the time I build a set, I don't do it at all. Brickman179 says, why were you kicked off the Lego Ambassadors Network? I know you were sponsored for a bit, so don't lie. Dude, this is 2 weeks in a row I've gotten this, so don't lie. I'm not lying. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy here. I have never been in the Lego Ambassador Network. I have never, ever been part of the Lego Ambassador Network. I got denied my membership about 1.5 years ago. Now we'll get back to that in a moment. I was sponsored for one Lego set. They sent me the Technic Math Anthem about, I don't know, was it 2 years ago, something like that. That's one set they sent me, one video, one thing. I was not part of the Lego Ambassador Network for that. I got an email and I said yes. Like, who doesn't say yes to that? So I don't know what you're talking about. I was never in the Lego Ambassador Network. That being said, I am now in the Lego Ambassador Network. I got accepted. I have not been onboarded yet, or whatever the heck that means. It'll probably take them 3 months to figure that out. That's typical. But I am now in the Lego Ambassador Network. I think I mentioned this. When did I mention this? In my vlog. That's what it was. Yeah, so I'm in our vlog. Subscribe if you haven't already. But I'm in the LEGO Ambassador Network. I don't know what this means for my channel. I mean, in my perfect world, this does nothing to my channel. I might have to change my profile picture. I think that was one of the stipulations. I'm waiting to hear back on that, but I might change my profile picture to like a picture of me or something. So it's not, you know, it's not a huge change. But as far as like my reviews and like what I say about things won't change at all. If anyone in the LEGO Ambassador Network comes to me and tells me to change things, I will immediately out them, LEGO, like as a company, for doing that, because you cannot be like, it's clearly not good if a company is trying to get you to say good things about them just because they send you things for free. Like, I am not for that at all. So if that starts happening, you guys will know, trust me, and I will leave the LAN. But other than that, like, I don't see anything changing about my content. Like, I do not plan to change anything. I'll still make rumor videos. I'm still going to talk about upcoming products. Nothing's changing. I obviously won't post leaked photos because that's not supposed to happen anyway. But anything that is fair game, I'm going to post as I normally would. So don't expect any changes with my admission into the LEGO Ambassador Network. Oh yeah, do you guys like my new poster? I put up a new poster. I thought you were going to be able to see it in the video, but you weren't. But that is it for Ask MandRproductions today, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all again next week on episode 97.